Well, we're back. I just wanted to take a short break there and check out the previous audio recording there and see if our audio is any better than what it's been the last couple episodes. So hopefully now, let's see if I can tip this in a little bit, make it a little bit louder for you guys so you guys don't have to barely hear me. Well, welcome to Kauffman Stadium here. We got a doubleheader afternoon baseball here. Game number 31 of the season. 18-12 is Kansas City. 6 games above 500. Got a 2-game series against Cleveland. Cleveland is 0-2 against Kansas City so far. Not hitting very well, as I recall, from our previous 2 games against Cleveland. On the hill today will be Tom Candiotti for the Indians. Deion James left fielder, Jerry Brown, second baseman Joe Carter center field, Corey Schneider right field, Pete O'Brien first base, Brooks Jacoby at third, Dave Clark the DH, Andy Allison the catcher, and Felix Furman the shortstop. They'll be going up against Brett Saberhagen and his troops. Willie Wilson center field, Kevin Steitzer third, DeSantos at first. Danny Tartanbull makes his long-awaited return after getting a 15-game injury. So I have turned off injuries. They've messed us up with our lineups. Danny Tartanbull finally back. Jim Eisenreich, the DH. Bo Jackson left field. Bob Boone catcher. Frank White second. Kurt Stillwell at short. And Brett Saberhagen on the mound. Brett Saberhagen is 5-0 for us with a 1.74 ERA. He's given up 57 innings pitched, 44 hits, 49 strikeouts, only 6 walks. Let's see here. This is a game from Tuesday, May 9th, 1989. Let's see if Kansas City can keep it rolling. Keep things rolling as they've won 3 games against Milwaukee. And who was before Milwaukee? Was it 2 games against Cleveland right before Milwaukee? I believe so. It's a 5-game win streak, maybe 6-game win streak, I'm thinking. Anyway, Saberhagen on the mound against Deion James. Let's see if Cleveland's bats can get on track today. Well, that doesn't help as Brett Saberhagen starts off with a strikeout. Kauffman Stadium +1 in strikeouts, -1 in walks, -2 on home runs. 4-6. Maybe the home cooking will give us some energy to be able to hit a ball out of the park. Right-hander. That's going to be a double by Jerry Brown. Jerry Brown. Hang on, I'm itching my eye here. We have a pickoff opportunity here. That's a 7. That's a pickoff error. And the ball rolls out to center field as Saberhagen throws it wild. One away, runner at third base. Joe Carter up 3-1. Range play. Range play at Bo Jackson, who fails to make it. Can't track them all down, and that's a 1-0 lead for Cleveland. Corey Schneider. He's going to walk. So Brett Saberhagen giving up his second walk. Runners at first and second, 6-5. No strikeout for Pete O'Brien. It's a pop-up to DeSantos in foul territory. Makes the catch over by the tarp. 2-away for Brooks Jacoby, 4-5. We got a stadium check, a range play at the stadium check, actually, 4-4. That's going to be Wilson, who cannot make the play. Coming around to score and advancing will be Schneider on the single. 2-0 Cleveland. And a strikeout to end the inning. Nope. So Candiotti comes out to pitch in the first inning with a 2-0 lead. That is 2 runs and 3 hits and an error. And the home cooking has not done well for Kansas City here so far early in this game. Will Wilson batting from the left side here. And he's going to have a little dribbler down to O'Brien, who tags the bag as he grabs the ball. 2-3. Home run check. Ugh. Again, wouldn't have mattered because Steitzer doesn't hit any home runs against the right-handers. 4-3. Flies it out to Snyder in right field. DeSantos. 5-2. And 1-5. It's a ground ball. It's a 1-2-3 inning. And Cleveland is fighting strong today after laying down against their Kansas City in their first game. And that's a liner into left field. Jackson can't make that play either. And I think Kansas City was taking Cleveland a little too light after what happened last time. Ground ball and forced out his second, but hustling down is Furman. Keep out of that double play. Back to the top of the lineup here in the second inning already. 2-3. And that's another walk given up by Saberhagen. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Runners are first and second for Jerry Brown. Error chance. 1-5. It's a ground ball. Hits a Stillwell. No error. And it is going to be a ground ball double play. 6-4-3. And one hit goes for naught. The walk doesn't come back to hurt him. And Danny Tartanbull making his long-awaited debut back after missing. He's only played 16 games, as I mentioned. We are now in game 31. So he's missed 15 games. So welcome back, Danny Tartanbull. He's going to be amped up, waiting to swing away here. Danny Tartanbull. And he hits a ground ball to Brown. Brown, no error on the play. Makes a good play. Eisenreich. 1-for-6. 4-6. And that's going to be a ground ball hit to O'Brien. 2-way. Bo Jackson, his average has gone from high 200s down to mid 200s as he's had a few games not going so well. 8 is going to help, though, as that's a triple for Bo Jackson. Hits one in the corner, hustles all the way around, and 2 out triple for Bo Jackson. It's first extra base hit for Bo Jackson in a while. 1-5. Bob Boone needs to get things rolling. He's still batting .314, and this will help as he hits one. Brown can't get it, dives out in the infield. It gets by him and rolls out to Snyder, and Bo Jackson trots home to cut the lead down to 2-1. Frank White, 3-2. Frank White, 2-3, and that's going to be a fly ball to center field, but 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. Bo Jackson get things started in the second inning with his 2-out triple. Bob Boone getting him home. 5-1, and that's a nothing. And 61 is a liner rated to Santos. 1 away for Corey Schneider. 4-5 range play at the ballpark here. 6-4 fly ball to Jackson, who cannot make it. It's over his head into the corner for a single. 1 out single for Schneider. Pete O'Brien. Fly ball to Jackson. This time he makes the play. Brooks Jacoby. Betting 1-for-1. It's a ground ball to White, and that's going to do it for the second inning. I'm sorry, the top of the third inning, and we go to the bottom of the third inning. And it is 2-1 Cleveland. Kurt Stillwell, 6-5. Another stadium check here. 5-6. That's a single plus. And it's going to be a double for Kurt Stillwell. Leadoff double. Willie Wilson over 1. 51. Willie Wilson, runner at second. 2-3. And that's going to be a 5, which is a triple by Willie Wilson. Hustling around the base pass. We got us a tie ball game. Willie Wilson with the RBI triple. Second triple for Kansas City. Still haven't hit a home run for a while, but at least we're getting some extra base hits for a change. Kevin Steitzer, 6-2 grounder, back to the pitcher. Is he going to try to score? they're still going to go for the ground ball double play, even if he tries to score. So, yeah, might as well. Nope. Try for the ground ball double play. It is a 1. If the D6 is higher than the base running, then otherwise he's safe. So, scores, and on to first. They're going to try and steal by Steitzer, and it's going to be a stolen base. If error on Wilson on the steal attempt, throwing error, and Steitzer going all the way. Oh, record steal, then click blow. Damn it. We're going to advance him to third as well. There we go. All right, so on to third. Is Steitzer. DeSantos is up. Luis DeSantos for 2, and that's going to be ground ball to Brown. Is he going to try to score from third? Of course he is. He's got a 6. Try for the auto out at first. Yes. Let the score, because that didn't work so well for him last time. Tartan Bull 0 for 1, 4-2 Kansas City. Cleveland's falling apart here in the bottom of the third inning. Got some hit and run action going on here. Hit and run cannot be attempted. Okay. We had it highlighted. 3-6, no strikeout by Eisenreich, the lefty. 51, that's going to be a 13. And another triple. That's the third triple for Kansas City. 2 in this inning. Bo Jackson has a triple. He is up 2-2, no walk. Bo Jackson waits on the pitch for 3 against the righty. He's going to be ground ball back to Candiani. Is the best runner going to try to score? Yes. Going to try for the auto out at first. They have to get him out. They're going to have to roll a 6. So, yes, do the auto out. So score. Another run in. Is Kansas City blowing this open now? 2-1 wild pitch, no re-roll. 1-2 walk, no walk by Boone. 61, that's going to be a single. And the hit parade continues here in the bottom of the third inning. 5-4, no strikeout. Frank White, still only 2 outs, 2-1. And mercifully hits it to the shortstop for the end of the inning. That's 5 runs and 4 hits and an error. And Kansas City blows this one open here in the bottom of the third inning. 6-2. Cleveland not doing very good against Kansas City, at least. Kauffman Stadium check here. It's not over, though. 2-6, we got a rare play. Rare play says 3-2 pitch call, the ball for a walk. Click the W on the batter's card. The catcher argues the call and gets thrown out of the game. All right, so Dave Clark with the walk on a 3-2 pitch. Thrown out is Bob Boone. So we need us a new catcher. Looks like Mike McFarland's going to come in for Bob Boone. So Bob Boone gets thrown out. Nobody out. They want to sacrifice with Andy Ellison. He is a good bunter, but down 4 runs, you can't give up. Can't give up and out for a hit. You need to keep rolling. 3-3, strikeout by Allison. Felix Furman, 0 for 1. The right-hander. And that's going to be to center field. Wilson makes the play. 2 away. Deion James. Deion James, the lefty. 5-4. And there you go. There's a single pass Stillwell. Stopping and saving. Second will be Dave Clark. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the 4th for Jerry Brown, 1 for 2. And this time, 3-2 curveball that falls in. So maybe Bob Boone arguing that 3-2 pitch last time. It got thrown out of the game, but maybe it swayed the umpire just a little bit in favor of Kansas City, as that one's called. Should have been a little bit inside there, but it was called a third strike. So 6-2 going into the bottom of the fourth. Kurt Stillwell. Stillwell is 1 for 1 with a double. His time a little grounder down to Jacoby. Good play there along the line. 2-3, and it's going to be a home run check as 2 falls in there. 1-2, Willie Wilson takes it out. Is Willie Wilson going to break our streak of home runs? No, he is not, as this one sails, but the wind keeps it in the ballpark. For the second out, Kevin Steitzer, 2-6. Range play. 63, that's going to be to James, who cannot make it. This time the wind knocked the ball down in front of him. And that's going to fall in for a base hit. That is Kansas City's 7th hit of the day. DeSantos 0 for 2. And that's going to be a ground ball to Brown. Scoops it up, throws to first for the out. And we're moving on to the 5th inning here. 6-2 Kansas. Kansas City. Another walk there by Saberhagen. Uncharacteristic. Corey Schneider, 5-2. 5-1 ground ball hits Steitzer. No error on Steitzer for a change. And advancing, and the only out is going to be at first for the fielder's choice there. 1 away for Pete O'Brien. No walk. And a 51. That's going to be a fly ball to center. No advance there on the sacrifice or the fly ball for home run check. And 1-6, and Brooks Jacoby's going to make things interesting. Brooks Jacoby, 5-4, has a ground ball to Stillwell. Beach Bums Gaming's in the house. How you doing, my friend? Good to have you aboard. Good to have you aboard. This is our second game today. I've just hooked up my brand new computer, got things up and running on it. Had to make a bunch of configuration changes and everything, but had to re-sign up for a license for Inside Pitch, because if you transfer from one computer to another, you have to get a new license, which costs you $10 just to transfer from one computer to another. Not very happy about that, but it looks like most of the CPU version of the game is intuitive. With a few plays, you have to figure out manually, is that accurate? Yes, it is very intuitive 95% of the time, because they color code everything. So like, we'll go ahead and get a Danny Tartanbull. So when I click this, we come down to Danny Tartanbull. Well, it's kind of a bad example so far. This is going to be ground ball. So you can see here, it's kind of highlighted the error here as opposed to the no error. So I can look and double check 6-6, but I mean, it's pretty much does the work for me. It says, oh, 6 is within 1-6, so it is an error on Brown. And, and then it automatically rolls and tells you it's a 1 base error. Okay. And congratulations on the new CPU. Thanks. Like I said, it was quite an adventure just to get Inside Pitch up and running on this new computer, because of course it's Windows 10. I did upgrade to the newest version of Inside Pitch Baseball, so hopefully that will help with some of the interface issues we've been having. But having to pay for a second license to get it on this new computer is kind of crappy. Plus, you have to make sure when they send you your license files, like I bought the 1989 season, obviously, they don't resend that stuff out. So I've got just oogles and oogles of backup files from Inside Pitch and Action PC Sports and Digital Diamond and all the different ones. So, it's plus then it's not coded for Windows 10. So basically, the data file, which I can't bring over here. Let's just slide this out of the way for a second. Here's the data file. So you got to like run it as administrator. You have to go into the properties of it. And you got to tell it to run it as a Windows 7 program. You got to run it in compatibility mode. And then finally it installed properly. So it was a real pain in the ass to transfer from one computer to the other. So let's just put it that way. Not super good. And I'm a computer guy, so I know what the hell I'm doing. But anyways, Jim Eisenreich, 1 for 2, 3, 5. If it's an automatic out, it just, moves on to the next batter. You can see here it's highlighted steel. It tells you all the information down here in the bottom right-hand corner. Steel, and see it's green. The stolen base is green here. If he was caught stealing, it would be red. So I can say, oh, it's green. He must have made it. Yep, 14 is less than 15, so it's a stolen base. Boom. So on to second, Danny Dartenbull. Bo Jackson, one away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1-5. Bo Jackson, the right-hander, 2-4. That's going to be a single. So again, here's the rolls down here in the bottom right-hand corner. It's a 5 and then a 1, and it gives you the little charts. But basically, I can just look and see Danny Dartenbull. It's red, which means he didn't make the check. And yep, 5 is higher than 3, so he didn't make the check, so he's not going to advance. So everything is pretty much color-coded. The only issue, runners at the corners here, for Mike McFarland, who came in after Bob Boone was ejected for arguing a ball strikes a couple innings ago, 3-4. And 19, that's going to be a fly ball. And no sacrifice fly there. Wasn't deep enough. Again, it's red. So this number has to equal or less than the base running. So it'd have to be a 1. And then if it was a 1, then this would be in green. And I know he scored, but you just learn this stuff. The only issue, I'll show you the only issue I have for 5-4. Hopefully it'll show up here. So yellow represents, we've been talking about red and green. Yellow means look at this here, but it didn't fall into the range. But you might want to, check, because sometimes some pitchers might have other other results on their cards or whatever. So, yep, didn't make it this time. But I'll show you the issue I do have. 5-3. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Hopefully it'll pop up here. Saberhagen cruising along here in the top of the 6. 5-4 home run check. So the home run check, you can see this is in yellow. Didn't make it. 6-2. That's a single though. So single for Dave Clark. Andy Allison. 5-3. Range play. I'll have to wait on a strikeout. I'll show you what my issue is here. This is going to be to Wilson, who makes the play. You can see how successful has got the little, if it was unsuccessful, you'd click over on this side. So very easy. 6-6 error. I'm waiting on a strikeout because this 1-6 ground ball. Steitzer, no error. And a 6. See, it's red, no ground ball, double play. This is green, which means he advances, and then it's a force out at first for the second out. Deion James, the left fielder, 2-5. Nope, no strikeout that time. Damn it. 6-1, and it's a ground ball to short to end the inning. So bottom of 6, 6-2 Kansas City. Cruising right along, Tom Candiotti and Brett Saberhagen. Fly ball to left, James. 6-3. Switch hitter, so he's batting from the left side. Looks pretty simple. Definitely on my list. Thanks for the explanation. You're welcome. Appreciate it. As I mentioned, since we're talking about it, I would just advise you. If you're going to order the game, great. I don't have any problem with the game. Just keep in mind that if you're going to be transferring from computer to computer, it's going to cost an extra $10. Or for an extra license. So just keep that in mind. And as I mentioned, it's a pain in the ass to move from one computer to another because you got to make sure you have the license files and everything else. So, and what was that? That was a 1-2-3 inning. All right. Saberhagen back out top of the 6. 51, fly ball to left. 6-1, and he walked him. So he's already tired. That's what this red up here means. He's tired. He's got nothing. He's got nothing left in the tank, but we're going to leave him out for one more hitter here. 4-2, right-hander. 2-3, and it's a fly ball to right field. Oh, so we try to get him through 7. Yeah, I do have it on 5-6. There's a strikeout. So every, let me shut my door here so I'm not bothering the live. Every other time you've noticed that we've clicked on like stolen base, base advancement, walks, and everything, it goes green to say click this button. The only exception to that is strikeouts. Strikeouts, when it shows up red, is when you're supposed to click it. So you can see 2 is less than 6, so they struck out. So if it was up to me, I would have this be green, and I guess the reason they don't is because most people look at that and go green, oh, okay, it's okay, and they don't click it. So they made it red so that people would go, oh. But red for everything else in this game is no, don't click it because it's not in range. Green means click it. It is in range except for strikeouts, which is a little weird. But once you get past that. All right, so Luis de Santos here. He's also tired. I do have it on. That's a wild. We can repitch it. 3-1. Didn't make it in range. And a 6-5. That's going to be a ground ball to first. 2A for Tartanbull. 6-1. See, again, it should be clicked even though it's red because it's within range. So it is a strikeout for Candiani, and that's his second of the day. 2A here in the bottom of the 7th for Eisenreich. 6-3. And a 5-5. A ground ball hit down to Jacoby. It's a 1-2-3 inning, and Kansas City's basically gone to sleep here. Saberhagen, his day is going to be done. We're going to be bringing in. Who are we going to be bringing in? That's a good question, my friend. Kansas City. Jeff Montgomery is going to come in. There we go. Jeff, come back in the game. I take it the parentheses means the result comes into play when he's tired. Yes. So like a 1-1 here for Jeff Montgomery. If he was tired, instead of a strikeout, it would be a walk. Or this one here is it's an automatic single if he's tired. And then when you set up the game, there's an option. It asks you, force the pitcher to be removed when they're tired. And I have that option on yes, which means the pitcher can stand as long as he can stay tired, but as soon as he gives up one of these parentheses results, then he has to automatically be removed. So I have that option on. It's just to force it so you don't, like a couple games ago, we had one of the pitchers going in the 9th inning. He was going for a complete game shutout. He got to the second out, and then he gave up like a single or something, and it was in the parentheses, so he had to be removed. So I think it's, because all the red does is say he's tired. It doesn't force you to remove him unless you have that result on, that option. I'll show you that when we get done with this game, actually. So what are we in? We're in the top of the 8th. Montgomery's coming into pitch against Brooks Jacoby. 5-6, a strikeout again. Red is good for strikeouts. Dave Clark, 1 for 2. 3-2. Oops, 3-2. And a 2-4. Liner rate at third. Andy Allison, 5-6. No strikeout that time. 4-6. That's a single. 2-out single. 5-5. Range play. RP stands for range play. 6-2. And failed check there. And advancing. Lead runner advances. The ball's cut off and the trailing runner's thrown out. So he is going to score, and he is going to be thrown out to end the inning. But Kansas City does get on the board. Go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Candiotti's day is done. He's in the 8th inning, so good for him. We're going to bring in, let's see, we've got 3 righties coming up. We're going to bring in Doug Jones. Doug Jones is going to come in. A face-off against Bo Jackson, 2 for 3. Finally got a decent game out of Bo Jackson. It's been a while. Well, I say that, and then he goes and strikes out. Mike McFarland, 0 for 1. 4-4, hit by pitch. Yellow, nope, not within range. 5-2, that's going to be a single past Furman at short. Frank White, 0 for 3. The right-hander. 3-4. Fly ball to left field, 2-way. Kurt Stillwell. 4-4. Hit by pitch. No, it's second time in a row we almost hit him. He's throwing at him. He's trying. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Jeff Montgomery's going to come out and try to finish this off. Top of the lineup, Dion James, 6-3. Kansas City. It's a 1-5 and no walk. 5-6. Fly ball to Jackson in left field. Jerry Brown, 1 for 4 with a double. RP, another range play. 2-3. That's a pop-up. And that's going to go to White. And White makes the play. So if you look at each of the players, first number is their range, 1 to 6. Actually, it's 1 to 5. You can't have a 6. So 1 to 5. 5 being the best because you always want to roll that number or less. So Jackson, average is 3. So 4 is above average, 5 is excellent, 2 is below average, and 1 is horrible. So in this case, Jackson is actually below average. The number in the parentheses here is their error range. So if there's an error, so 1 to 6 on a 20-sider, Wilson be 1 to 5, Tartanbull be 1 to 3, and then the last number is their throw. So Tartanbull would be -2. Mo must have had a bad wheel then. Yeah, he was, if you look at the baseball reference, Bo Jackson was rated #1 player in the game when you combined speed and power. He was in the top 10 of many categories. I'm not sure why that's a 2. It seems wrong to me. I mean, I wouldn't probably give him a 4 or 5, but I would at least make him average. Another range play here by Joe Carter. 2 outs, 3-6. And Bo Jackson needs a 1 or 2, makes it 1 or 2. The white dice here on the range play represent whether it's going to be a 1 single or a double. So he made the play, so it doesn't matter. But if that would have been a 5 or 6 and he didn't make the play, then it would have been a double instead of a single. But Jackson makes a good play there to end the inning, or end the game. Kansas City wins. Kansas City wins once again. That's 7 in a row for Kansas City. They swept Milwaukee. They beat up Cleveland. Now they beat up Cleveland again. So, but still, no home runs. That is game number 12 in a row somewhere. It's crazy. We haven't hit a home run in forever. But let's take a look at these results, and then I'll show you the setup of the next game. You're going to see it here in a second. We have 9 hits by Kansas City. They had 2 doubles, one by Jerry Brown and, I'm sorry, Cleveland. I had 9 hits. 2 doubles, one by Jerry Brown and Felix Furman. They had 5 walks, 6 strikeouts, 1 double play, 2 errors, 1 on Andy Allison and 1 on Jerry Brown. Kansas City, 9 hits. They had 1 double by Kurt Stillwell. They had 3 triples. Willie Wilson, Jim Eisenreich, Bo Jackson. Still no home runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. The winning pitcher is Brett Saberhagen. He improves to 6-0. Giving up 7 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. He walked out 5 and he walked 5 and he struck out 5 as well. Loss goes to Tom Candiotti. He's 0-2 against us. This just keep in mind that this game does not have any AI in it whatsoever. So you have to manage both the teams. There's no autoplay any of the other games. So you'd have to autoplay the other games if you wanted to, like Cleveland. If they were playing Game 30, if you want to know what their schedule was, you'd have to actually play all the games. So there's no AI whatsoever in the game. Al, Red Sox fan, is in the house. All right, so let's set up a next game here. We're getting on to our doubleheader here. 2-game series against Cleveland. Turn that music down for you guys. I'm showing Bleacher Bums Gaming. Guys, you should check out both Al, Red Sox fan, and Bleacher Bums Gaming. They do some great sports sims. Great channels. I am a new subscriber to Bleacher Bums Gaming, so if I subscribe, everyone should subscribe. Anyways, we're going to set up a new game here so we can show Bleacher Bums Gaming. So you can leave these checked or unchecked if you want to use historic lineups. I, of course, want to use historic lineups. Now here's the game options I was talking to you about. Let me slide this up a little bit here. So you have strategy shutdown. So this will not roll for strategy when the score differential in the innings being played is greater than 10. So, if you're in the 8th inning and you're up 8-2, then it's just going to auto shut down the strategy. You can leave the sounds on or off. I turn the sounds off. I turn the strategy off. I turn the sounds off. I love the sounds, but because of copyright and everything, they have some really cool calls by some of the really good announcers out there. When he's hitting a drive, he's hitting a home run, you'll get some pretty good calls. But I turn it off. Dice animations I leave on. Injuries, I definitely turn that off because it's done come back to bite me. Here's the pitcher auto pull we talked about. It occurs when a retired pitcher gets a parentheses result on their card. So I leave that on yes. So that means they have to be pulled if they get any of their parentheses results once they become tired. Rare plays, you can leave that on or off. I leave that on. And then use roster players, I say yes. And then use default screen resolution, I use that. Then it'll pop up this. It's going to auto choose the pitchers if you said in the beginning to use historic lineups. And then it'll fill up the lineups exactly as they were historically. Only options will be anybody that's not carded or because they're injured or whatever. So in this case, looks like who is missing? Looks like left fielder here. So they don't have a left fielder, so I just normally look and find somebody that played a lot of the games. We know Dave Clark is in their lineup because we just played against Dave Clark, so we're just going to take Clark, click him over there, and then we're going to the home lineup, and it's filled up. So we can play some ball. So double hitter here. Double hitter. There you go. They should add the ability, they should add AI and the ability to sim. Yes, I totally agree. Totally agree. Well, this is game number 32 of the season. Hey, thanks for the chat gesture and the explanation of the game. I think you have sold a copy of the developer. And thanks for the plug. Hey, no problem, man. No problem at all. You guys definitely check it out. Al, Red Sox fan. Bleacher Bums Gaming. Does great, great work. Tell you, both of these guys. All right, so we are in game number 30. What did I say it was? This is going to be 31 and 32. So this will be game number 32. Kansas City's won 7 or 8 in a row. We've got our 2-game series at home against Cleveland. We won the first game, if you just watched it. If you're not, oh well. Floyd Bannister, let's take a look at Floyd here. He's 2-1, 3.71 ERA. He's got 34 innings pitched, 36 hits, 7 strikeouts, 7 walks. 5 is a wild, so we can re-roll that. He's up against Jerry Brown, Felix Furman, who was batting 9th yesterday, Joe Carter, Corey Schneider, Pete O'Brien, Brooks Jacoby, Luis Medina, Andy Allison, and Dave Clark. John Farrell's on the mound for Cleveland, 4-2. We got a home run check, which actually fell into range here, so Jerry Brown can lead this game off with a home run if it's a 1, 2, or 3. It is not. It's a 4-6. It's going to be a single, though, into center field. And Cleveland gets their first hit of the ball game on the first pitch. 6-4. Oh, 6-4. So anything I shouldn't say that. Anything in parentheses except for the double question marks. Anything in parentheses is ignored except for the double question marks. The double question marks come into play all the time. And then we got a 5-4. Ground ball to second. It's going to be a force out at second. Fielder's choice. Hey, later, guys. What are we doing here? 5-3. That could be a strikeout. It is a strikeout for Bannister. 2-away. Corey Schneider for 5. 3-6. Have fun with that yard work. Tarnable out in right field is going to make the play. Wilson, Steitzer, Tabler, Tarnable, Buckner, Jackson, Boone, White, Stillwell. John Farrell is 0-1 against Kansas City. 7.14 ERA. 6 1/3 innings. He gave up 9 hits, 5 strikeouts, no walks. 3-4. Willie Wilson will lead things off for us here. 5-2. Ground ball to O'Brien. 1 away. Kevin Steitzer. 1-6. Error possibility. 3-4. And that's going to be to O'Brien. No error on the play. 2 away. Pat Tabler back in the lineup today, and he's going to strike out after arguing balls and strikes in the first game of the series against Cleveland. Got tossed in the 4th inning on a rare play. This time he comes back and strikes out. He's still not happy with his umpiring crew. Pete O'Brien, lefty, 2-5, 2-5, and he's going to walk. Leadoff walk. And Brooks Jacoby, 3rd baseman. 6-3. We've got a range play at the ballpark. These are double whammies. 5-4. It's a ground ball hit to Tabler. Fails to make the range. It gets by him, and we got runners at first and second. No one out here for Cleveland. Top of the second, Luis Medina. 4-2. We got a home run check. Did not fall in range, fortunately for us, because he hits a lot of home runs. Oof. 4-1. He's still got a single out of it. 1. Lead runner advances. So lead runner is going to advance and score. If the goal is less than or equal to, it is not. It's a 1. The second dice roll is a 2. So Cleveland's on the board here, and Bannister's in trouble in the top of the second. Still nobody out. Runners at first and second. 1 run in already. Andy Allison, 1-4. Fly ball to center field, no advance on the fly ball. 1 away for Dave Clark. Dave Clark, no hit by pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball to Tabler. No double play as both Jacoby and Medina advance. Only out is at first. Tabler takes it to the bag himself. 2 away. Defense going to play normal here for Jerry Brown. 1 for 1, 2-3. No strikeout by Brown. 52, and that's going to be a single past Stillwell, and 2 runs going to score. 2 RBI single for Brown, 2 away here in the top of the second inning. Floyd Bannister, 1-3, another single past Tabler. Runners at first and second for Joe Okada. Wow. Get this last out would be nice. Ground ball hits a Stillwell. Farley takes it to the bag himself. And that's going to be 3 runs on 4 hits. Cleveland up on Kansas City 3-0. Bottom of second. Danny Tartanbull back in the lineup after having some hiatus. No home run again. We're still home run hitless. 1-3. Ground ball to Brown, 1 away. Billy Buckner, everyone's favorite Red Sox player, 4-1. And that's going to fall in for a fly ball to center field. Bo Jackson, 6-4. And Bo Jackson waits on the pitch. 1-1. Ground ball to short. Error on the play. Furman cannot scoop it up. 1 base error. He boots the ball, and Bo Jackson's on. 2 outs, bottom of second. Bo Jackson, he's going to just wait. Bob Boone, 6-3, and they're going to walk Boone on 4 straight pitches as John Farrell's run into a little trouble here in the bottom of the second. 2-out rally for the Royals. Frank White. And we got a stadium check. Frank White with the stadium check. 6-2. That's going to be ground ball to Furman, and they're going to get out of the inning. So the error does not come back to hurt Cleveland, and they have a 3-0 lead going to the top of the third. Corey Schneider, right-hander. He's got a ground ball, and he's going to get it in past Stillwell for another leadoff single. They put on the sacrifice. All right, we'll try the sac. Let's see what happens. 5-3 and successful sac. Okay. So sacrificed over the runner. Cleveland wants to make sure they have enough runs to win this game. And it's a 5-3 ground ball to second, advancing on the play. Out at first. 2 away. Corey Schneider at third. And a 2-5. It's a ground ball to Steitzer. Steitzer all the way across the diamond and gets the out. So 1 hit, no runs, no errors, going to the bottom of 3. Kurt Stillwell, 1-4. Range play here. 5-1. That is to second. And Brown makes the play. 1 away. Willie Wilson striking out. Kevin Steitzer, 2-3. And it's a 6-4. That's going to be a fly ball to Clark in left field. Quick 1-2-3 inning there. Andy Ellison, 0 for 1. He's going to single past White. Bannister having trouble. He's been laboring, and that's going to be back-to-back singles. And thinking they're having a meeting on the mound. They're asking if something's wrong. Jerry Brown is 2 for 2 off of Floyd Bannister. Looks like he's going to stay in the game, though. Pat him on the butt. Tell him to get with it. 3-6. Jerry Brown, 2 for 2. He's going to pop it up high to White at second base. 1 away for Felix Furman. 3-6. And a fly ball to Wilson in center field. No advance on the play. 2 away for Joe Carter. 1-4. And it's going to be a single. Stillwell coming in to score. is going to be Andy Allison, and is 4-0. Corey Schneider, 1-2. That's a fly ball to Tartanbull. Well, Kansas City's got their job cut out for them today if they want to keep this winning streak intact. They're down 4-0, bottom of 4. They've been a pretty hot-hitting team. They've been averaging probably 6 or 7 runs in the last 7 games. So let's see if they can probably get off the schneid here. Pat Tabler waits on a good pitch. Here it comes, 4-5. Fly ball to center field. Carter with the catch. Tartanbull. He's going to strike out. Billy Buckner. And a 4-2. That's going to be a fly ball. Another 1-2-3 inning. And John Farrell's pitching the game of his life here. Floyd Bannister, Pete O'Brien. 3-5. It's a wild. We can ignore that. No one's on base. 2-6. And single into right. Brooks Jacoby. Ooh, good thing that was not in range again. Man. 6-2 fly ball into center field. Pickoff attempt. No pickoff. Luis Medina. Right-hander. 4-6. Single past Stillwell. Runners at first and second, 1 away. Andy Allison, 2-4. Oh, look at that. It rolled a 19. All he had to do was have any number. Well, I guess that's not true. Almost a home run there. 1-3. It's a ground ball hit to short. Advancing and forced out. Fielder's choice. Runners at the corners. 2-A here for Dave Clark. 1 for 2 on the day. Can Bannister get through the inning, please, for the love of God? Nope, he can't. And giving up another run. 5-0 Cleveland. Range play here. Jerry Brown, 1-4. That's going to be towards center field. 12. That's a double. And Wilson can't make the play. Of course he can't. Lead runner is going to advance, so he's going to score. And advancing on the throw home is Jerry Brown. I was trying to get him through the inning. It cost me 3 more runs. I refuse to pull him until he gets through this goddamn inning, though. 5-4. Ground ball to second. Thank God. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 7-0 Cleveland. This is a shellac job here in Kansas City today. I think Kansas City's just run out of steam. They've won 8 or 9 games in a row, so. Okay. Bo Jackson 0 for 1. We need to get some home runs, though. We are home run hitless for the longest time. That's going to be a fly ball to right. Bob Boone. Booney walks. So there you go. That's the way to get things rolling. Frank White. Come on. Let's get a good one. 4-5. That's going to be a single past second. And first and second here for Kurt Stillwell. Well, he did, yeah, says Al, Red Sox fan. He might not. I'm not sure what you were talking about. Okay. Kurt Stillwell, runners at first and second. You could make things a little interesting. Kurt Stillwell. Hit by pitch. Oh, he had an 8, but not within range. Look at that. 6-5. That's going to be a ground ball to second. And advance out at first. 2 away for Willie Wilson. 0 for 2. Come on, Willie. Range play here. They don't have very good range except for short stop and right field. So Don't hit it there. Try somewhere else. That's going to be a short. Of course it's a short. It would have been a single, but Furman's going to take it away. You watch. Yep, he took the single away, and he's going to get the out. You know it's not your game when you have a single that's going to score 2 runs, and it comes off a range play, and they... All right, Bannister, your day's done. Goodbye, Bannister. We're going to be putting in Jeff Montgomery again, just like they did in real life. Montgomery coming in to pitch against Joe Cotta. Strikes out Cotta. Corey Schneider 1 for 3, 5-3. No walk. 5-3. That's ground ball down to Steitzer. Steitzer actually makes the play and another strikeout. So Montgomery comes in 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of 6. Kevin Steitzer. He's waiting on a good one. 1-4. That's going to be a ground ball back to Farrell, who's pitching a pretty good game here. 1-4. Range play. That's going to be again to the shortstop, but he failed it. Ha ha! Failed his check. Catch you later, ID. Have to get dinner started. Health and happiness, and God bless. Is Al Red Sox fan. Check out my buddy Al Red Sox fan. He is awesome. If you guys are not a subscriber, you're missing out. Totally missing out. 3-2 single. Stopping at second will be Pat Tabler. So 1 out rally here. Billy Buckner. 5-5. 1-2 fly ball. No advance. 2-way for Bo Jackson, and he's going to strike out to end the inning. So it's 2 hits for Knott. It's still 7-0 Cleveland here. 4-2 wild pitch we can ignore. 1-6 strikeout by Montgomery. Luis Medina, the right-hander. 5-4 ground ball hit to Steitzer, 2-way. Andy Allison, 4-4. It's a home run check. Nope, not within range. And that's going to be ground ball hit to second. So it's a 1-2-3 inning again. If our offense can come alive, 1-6. Oops, 1-6, sorry. 2-4. It's ground ball hit to short. Error on the throw as Furman throws it way over the head of O'Brien. Gonna put the hit and run on here. Frank White, 51, and he's going to strike out. So that is a strike him out, throw him out, double play to end the bottom of the 7th. Good job there, Kansas City. Way to go. Jeff Montgomery. Well, you know, the dice have been going with this for the longest time, so I can't complain. We almost had 2 no-hitters in a row against Cleveland earlier in the season. So single, no error, advancing to second, or advancing to third, I mean. Runners at the corners, no outs. 4-6, a range play. 5-2, that's to Steitzer. Oh my God, failed it. And play the defense in. Another run across. No one out yet. Here in the top of the 8th. Oh, we got another range play. That's going to be a... Jackson's going to take away a single plus. So Jackson takes away the single plus. No sacrifice flying even as Jackson gets the ball in on a rope. 5-5, another range play. 6-5, that's going to be a single unless Steitzer can take it away. He does! Oh, Kevin Steitzer with a great defensive play. Yeah, he's going to try to score. Yeah, take the. Oh shit! I meant to say yes. Take the auto out at first. Uh, Runner on third. Even I think he's going to score. He's going to advance. Fielder's choice, and then I'm going to get this guy to be caught stealing because he should have been out because I clicked on the wrong button. There we go. All right, so 2 outs for Pete O'Brien. Just fixing up there. Pete O'Brien, the lefty. 1-3. Another couple runs came in there. 2 runs and 3 hits. So Cleveland is beating us down bad. And I don't, normally I would be all pissed off and upset, but I'm not. I'm really not. Because you're going to have games like this. We've had a bunch of good games in a row. I feel the love of my team. That's 2 strikeouts now. Good job there. And it's just sometimes it's not your day, so can't do much about it other than just move on. Back-to-back walks. Puts on the pickoff. No pickoff. Turnbull. I just like to get a home run because we haven't had a home run in a long, long time. And I mean a long time. That's a liner out to end the inning. 3-1. And we're in the top of the 9th. We're just cruising right along. We're in cruise mode here, up 9-0. So we're just going to end this as quickly as we can and move on. It's a fly ball to center. 2 away, 5-5, range play. 4-5, it's a liner rated Tabler. Cannot make the play as it goes over his head. Dave Clark, 3 for 4. He's having a wonderful day. Left-hander. 6-3 pop up, and that's going to do it. So we got 3 outs to go here. Bill Buckner 0 for 3. He's going to walk to start things off. Bo Jackson 0 for 3 on the day. 4-5, and he's going to strike out. Bo Jackson. Bob Boone 4-4. He's going to walk. So back-to-back walks. They're just going to leave him in. I mean, unless he gives up like 5 runs. Strike out. Go for the complete game here. John Farrell, 2 outs. 4-2. Can he get the complete game shutout? 2-4. And no, he cannot. As run scores, runners at the corners. Willie Wilson. Can he keep things alive? He's 0 for 4. And nope. Ground ball to Furman, and that's it. Kansas City beats up on, or Cleveland beats up on Kansas City. Let's take a look at these game stats here. Slide this up a little bit for you guys. So Cleveland comes in and pounds out 17 hits. 2 doubles, one by Jerry Brown, one by Felix Furman. No triples, no home runs. Only 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Kansas City managed to hold 4 hits. 1 by Stillwell, 1 by Frank White, 1 by Danny Turnbull, and 1 by Pat Tabler. That's all. 6 walks, though, 10 strikeouts. 1 caught stealing, Bob Boone, and Floyd Manister drops to 2-2. Not his best effort. Gave up 13 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned. 1 walk, 1 strikeout. The win goes to John Farrell. The complete game, 9 innings. Gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run, 6 walks, 10 strikeouts. Cleveland takes game 2 of the 2-game series. Cleveland is now 1-3 against Kansas City. Kansas City now has a 3-game series against, is it Milwaukee that comes in? Who's up after Cleveland? No, Texas. 4-game series against Texas. So it'll be our first chance to check out the Texas Rangers. Again, no home runs for either team, especially Kansas City. This is game number 12 at least in a row. It was a thumping here as 9 runs on 17 hits and 2 errors by Cleveland. 1 run on 4 hits by Kansas City. Kansas City drops to 19 and 13. If we look at let's take a look at our results here. Compare. This is our second game against Cleveland. Let's take a look and see what happened in real life for those of you keeping track at home. And why wouldn't you be? Kansas City beat Cleveland 3-2 to improve to 20 and 12. We are, what are we? We're 19 and 13. So we're only 1 game back what they did in real life. This is from Wednesday, May 10th, 1989. His attendance was 25,983. My attendance was 4 at one point. Yay. Cleveland Indians, let's see, Bo Jackson was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts in the game. So didn't do much better in real life than he did in our game. Anyways, that's it here for our back-to-back doubleheader against the Cleveland Indians from 1989. Join us for game number 34? 34 is coming up already, really? 9, 10, 11, 12. No, 33 is coming up. Game number 33. 4-game series against the Texas Rangers. So, first time to check out the Texas Rangers. Thanks, everyone, for stopping by. Bleacher Bums Gaming. Al, Red Sox fan. Check out those 2 wonderful channels. They are awesome. Love these guys. They do a great job if you're into sports simulations or any kind of game. Check them out. Thanks so much for watching. Your final score here from Kauffman Stadium. The hometown crowd goes home very unhappy as Cleveland thumps Kansas City 9-1. We see you for the next game against Texas coming up next time. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.